What's going on, guys? Thomas Garetz here, and in this video, I'm going to show you the 7 best methods for how to make YouTube videos without showing your face. But don't worry, because these aren't going to be some difficult methods that nobody can do, because I made sure that not only were these the 7 best methods, but also the 7 easiest methods that anyone can do starting today from 0. And all I ask of you is to simply smash the like button and watch the entire video so you don't miss out on anything. With that being said, let's get into the video. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna show you the 7 best methods for how to make YouTube videos without showing your face. And we're gonna hop right into method number 1, which is screen recording. More specifically, screen recording a tutorial. This method is probably my personal favorite just because it's pretty much what I do in 90% of my videos. The only difference for this would be you just record the screen on its own instead of having that little camera in the bottom right corner like how I do in my videos. As for how you would go about actually recording the screen itself, there's so many different free and paid ways to screen record, but the nice thing is every single device, whether you have an Apple or Android phone or a Mac or a Windows computer, they all have a free way to record the screen. And just one quick tip before we move on to the next one, the reason I love these tutorial videos isn't just because I do them. It's because to be successful on YouTube, your videos have to either be entertaining or educational. And let's be honest, learning something and then being able to teach someone that same thing and educate them is much easier than learning how to be entertaining. Especially in 2022, people just get bored so fast. So that's why I find that tutorial videos and teaching someone something is the best, no matter which of these methods you use to make them. So just keep that in mind. But now, method number 2 is a slide presentation. And presentations are another one of my favorites just because at this point, every single person, probably on earth just about, has seen and probably even created a slide presentation before, whether that's in school or at work. And because everyone is so used to seeing them, they're great at teaching a lot of different topics, and especially great for longer topics. Like for example, I used a presentation for my free YouTube course video that was over an hour long. But when it actually comes to creating or designing your slides, you can go as crazy or as basic as you want. Personally, I like to keep mine pretty basic, but that's just my personal opinion. They both work great. What's nice though is pretty much every presentation software out there, whether you use PowerPoint, Keynote, Google Slides, or whatever, they all have some sort of templates you can use for free. However, if you didn't know, Canva is another free software that you can actually create entire presentations with. And they have some insanely cool free templates. And if you don't know what Canva is, it's just like a design software. That's what I use to make all my YouTube thumbnails and tons of other things. So super dope, and it's 100% free. But now, method number 3 is a dope one, and this is animation videos. And when it comes to an animation video, I'm not talking about like a YouTube channel built around like an animated character, although there's tons of YouTube channels doing that now, and they're absolutely crushing it. But the problem with that is it's just super difficult to do, and it either requires a lot of time and experience creating these animations or a lot of money to pay people to do it for you. So what I'm talking about is doing simple animated whiteboard videos using a software like Doodly or VideoScribe that pretty much does 90% of the work for you. And that's where you can basically use their built-in animations, add text, and even upload your own images, and then it gets added to a video basically on a whiteboard. And when it comes to actually using these whiteboard animation videos, you're really just gonna use them to either teach someone something or tell a story. And one of the channels that does the storytelling side of this the best is Patty Galloway. And Patty's actually a consultant to a bunch of huge YouTube channels. I think he even consulted with Mr. Beast's channel, and he has his own channel where he does these like whiteboard animated videos all about top YouTubers and how they've built their empire and stuff like that. So if you're interested in animation type videos, check his channel out. Now, method number 4 is B-roll footage. If you've never heard of B-roll footage before, basically what you're watching right now, me talking to the video, this is what's called A-roll footage. And then for example, if I was to put a video up on the screen with me doing some weird looking things, that would be called B-roll. But for this method, what you would do is you would just use B-roll footage for your entire video where you don't show your face, and then you can either add music or voiceover to the background. And this method works great for a ton of different channels. But if I was to give you like my 2 favorites that use this method, the first would probably be showing how to do something, because you know I love my tutorial videos. An example of that would be like how to cook something, or how to build something, or how to even design something. And then my next would definitely be a review channel. And you can do review channels for digital products in all types of different ways. But for this method, you would actually use B-roll you recorded of physical products like laptops, other electronics, or really any physical product. And then you would just be doing a voiceover again and explaining the products you're reviewing. So now that you understand kind of what B-roll is, method number 5 is stock footage. And stock footage is just basically footage that someone else recorded and has uploaded to a website that you can actually use. And you can use this also as B-roll footage like I'm doing right now. But again, for this method, you would use the stock B-roll footage for your entire video, again with like a voiceover or music in the background. And some types of channels that instantly come to mind are going to be like rain music, or also just like health and wellness videos where they're like teaching something. A lot of times they're going to use stock footage in the background and then just a voiceover on top of that. And it's super easy to just make these videos because literally all you do first is record the voiceover, right? So you'd write a script, record the voiceover, and then you would put that into some video editing software. And then all you do is just upload stock footage onto the screen that matches up with what you're saying in the voiceover as you're saying it. So for example, if you were talking about money, you would put up an image or video of money on the screen. It's very, very simple. And there's tons of places to get free stock footage like Pexels and Pixabay. And then you have paid options like Storyblocks. But now, method number 6 is definitely another one of my favorite. And this is using a text to video or done for you software. So for example, the main software I personally use, and I've talked about on my channel before, is InVideo. And they have a text to video portion of their software. And it's so insane because you can choose templates here. So for example, let's just pick a template here, right? And now what you can do is you can put your entire script here, or you can actually take a URL and copy a blog post and it will take the script from there. And I'll show you what happens. So let's just put an example like how to make money doing videos. Videos are awesome. I love making videos. Okay, obviously this is a terrible script, but I just want to show you, for example, what it can do. Okay, and then for the headline, how to make money making videos on YouTube. Okay, so now we're gonna hit next. And as you can see, it actually puts text on the screen and adds an image or a video of stock footage. So it kind of combines the last method into one and does it for you. And if you don't like any of these images, for example, you go right here to videos or images, and then you just type in, let's say, video, okay? And you see they got one right here with this guy holding a camera. So you could just put it right here, drag it on top of that one if you don't like it, and then you just trim the video to fit scene and hit done. And now you have that right there, and you can edit everything. Like if you don't like the colors of the text or all that. But I will say one thing really quick. If you are gonna use InVideo, they do have a free plan. However, the problem with the free plan, which you can use, if you can't afford anything else, go for it. But you have a watermark on the free plan, and that makes your YouTube videos look unprofessional, to say the least. So if you can afford it, I'd always suggest going with the business. Now, it's gonna be 50% off if you go with yearly, which I definitely suggest because monthly is $30 a month. Now, totally up to you, you can cancel anytime, but regardless, whether you go with free or paid, when you do purchase or if you purchase, use the code Garetz25 for 25% off your entire order, okay? So that's just what I want to say if you are going to use it. But again, there's so many ways to use InVideo, and I've showed it in multiple videos. But if this isn't something that you're interested in, another option for you, which is also method number 7, that's to outsource. And what that means is go into websites like Fiverr, Upwork, onlinejobs.ph, freelancer.com. There's thousands of them probably, maybe not that much, but hundreds at least. And there's tons of these ways to find freelancers online that will work for pretty inexpensive considering how much time it takes to make a good YouTube video. So you can find people who make thumbnails for $5, who write scripts for $5. Now, editing's a little more expensive, things like that take more time, obviously. But if you have more time than you have money, then I would suggest doing it yourself. But if you don't have a lot of time and you have a lot of money, this is definitely something to do. And in my course at nofaceyt.com, not only do I teach you how to do everything step by step, And I really suggest doing it yourself if you have the time. But if you don't have the time, I have a full module that goes so much more in depth into outsourcing and talks about the best ways to find people, how much you should pay, etc. However, if you can't afford to outsource and you can't afford my course right now, don't worry, because you can click the video on the screen to watch a free YouTube video where I show you more about InVideo and how to get started using that software. And that's all I got. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.